Well, hey, folks, a judge has ruled against Lori Vallow Daybell's request for a new trial. And now the convicted killer of her children and her husband's wife awaits sentencing next month. She should be spending the rest of her life in prison. Let's talk about the Doomsday Cult Mom. Hey, welcome to Profiling Evil. In this video on Lori Daybell's failed attempt at getting a do-over. I'm joined today by veteran senior reporter for the Daily Mail, Caitlyn Becker. Now, Caitlyn Becker is an Emmy Award-winning host and journalist who's been known for bringing her keen wit and personality into all of her interviews. You know, I've been privileged to sit as a guest legal analyst with Caitlyn on a bunch of court TV interviews. During the Daybell trial, we spent nearly every evening with Vinnie Politan as we reacted to things that were happening on trial. Caitlyn was a reporter for TMZ for many years before the Daily Mail, and she's a returning expert on shows like The Today Show, The Wendy Williams Show, The Insider, and The Dr. Oz Show. You know, we also share a friendship with Dr. Phil. So, Caitlyn, welcome to Profiling Evil.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Well, Caitlyn, I guess one of my first thoughts are when Lori Daybell's attorney suggested and argued that the court misdirected the jury on legal issues around the conspiracy charges. What were your thoughts? I think it wasn't only just the conspiracy charges, also complained that the court confused the jury on other instructions. What were your thoughts on that?
When I first saw this, everything that ran through my mind was just last-ditch effort. I know we are gearing up to an appeal. Her team has said that kind of since the get-go if she was convicted. And it just seems like a really weak case that they were trying to make. I mean, they based this motion and this argument off of an interview that one of the jurors gave with a news outlet. And the juror didn't even kind of explicitly say that they were confused. So I don't know if they kind of twisted his words around, but it just didn't seem like they had a leg to stand on, and they were trying to do anything they could to get this conviction overturned. And, you know, I don't think it's gonna.
Well, it appears to me like this is a precursor to an appeal. Frankly, appeals are something that the defense attorneys do whenever they lose a trial. So I'm not going to lose a whole lot of sleep over it. And I think we should just expect in the true crime community that appeals are going to follow. This is a case about religious fanaticism and destructive cult behaviors. So I wanted Caitlyn on for just a couple of minutes to talk about two great new videos that she's released on cult behaviors. The first is, this is what it's really like inside of a destructive cult. And the second, the secret of cults. And I put a link to each of those down. Any of us, if we're caught at the right moment, could be susceptible.
I had this radical personality change. I dropped out of college, quit my job, donated my bank account. If they hadn't lied to me, I never would have gotten in the first place.
HBO's new sexually charged series, The Idol, puts cults front and center. In the show, Lily Rose Depp plays an often topless rising pop star who finds herself in the crosshairs of the leader of a modern-day cult played by The Weeknd. Now, The Idol is clearly a work of fiction, and according to critics, not a very good one, but the real-life nefarious dealings of cults have been splashed across the headlines for decades, and we can't look away.
Well, Caitlyn, would you just tell us a little bit about each of those videos?
With these videos, I really wanted to explore the how and the why of cults and get into the difference between those nefarious and destructive cults and then some of those innocuous ones that people may not realize they are a part of right now that are relatively harmless. And essentially, what I really wanted to boil things down to by talking to experts like you and other people who had been in cults was to understand and distill down how easy it is for the average person to get swept up into something like this, into a nefarious or a destructive cult, without even realizing it. I mean, it is a misconception that only dumb people or vulnerable people would get caught up in cults, and smart, intelligent, normal, for lack of a better term, individuals have this happen to themselves every day. So I wanted to see how we can recognize those signs and help people do some critical thinking so they don't find themselves in that position.
Well, a jury convicted Vallow on multiple charges last month, including the murder of her children, Tylee, Ryan, and J.J. Vallow, and then a conspiracy to murder Chad Daybell's wife, Tammy Daybell. Lori Vallow Daybell is going to be sentenced on July 31st, and I hope you're going to join me in being there to witness this one. And Caitlyn, thanks so much for joining me here on Profiling Evil. It's always an honor to jump onto Court TV with you and other programs, and I hope you'll come back and visit us again.
Thank you so much, Mike. I will come back and chat with you anytime, and I look forward to you and I covering many a case together moving forward.
Well, there you go, folks. What are your thoughts on Lori Vallow Daybell getting turned down? No do-overs on her trial. She's going to be going to a sentencing hearing on July 31st. I hope you'll put your comments down below about how you feel about this case and what's coming down the pike. Hey, make sure you're checking out Profiling Evil on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you like podcasts, please check us out on your favorite podcast platform. So from all of us at Profiling Evil, have a great weekend, and thanks for your support. We'll see you soon at the next crime scene.